You can consider this as a part 2 of the video that I made. The previous video, which I highly recommend you watch, surprisingly not many people did, is titled WTF Marriage Tips for Men from a 3 times divorced playboy, new and updated for 2026. It's video number 8811. The reason I made that video was to help Indian men, okay, especially Indian men who are looking to get into marriage, where the burden of responsibility should not just be women. Okay, it should be first you need to look into yourself and evaluate yourself. Trust me when I say this, even though the title and the thumbnail is kind of more on the shock value, the content is very robust. And it would be something I would share it not just with my daughter, it would be something I would share with my clients or a young man or someone I really care about. So please do watch it because it makes you aware of you as a man. But now let's flip the switch and move over to women. Okay, there is always this there used to be at least this tendency where poor girl, you have to be gentle with the girl. Women today have changed. They have evolved. They are moving at a breakneck speed, as I would say, whereby they have stopped being feminine and they have started to opt to become more like men. They consider it empowering. Some of them consider it like, yes, we finally are making our name, our place in society, which is totally fair, fine, if that is what you want. But along with this comes a certain drawback or drawbacks and baggage. Because remember, no matter how hard a woman tries, she cannot be a man. Okay. And women have their role in society, men have their role in society. Now, I'm not one of those Andrew Tate kind of individuals who would say men, their job, their place is in the kitchen, wash dishes, clean the thing, cook food, open your legs and satisfy me, open your mouth whenever I want, close it, sit, stand, roll over, play dead. No, I have a daughter. So if I would want my daughter to be respected, I would extend the same courtesy to every, female, every woman, every mother, every sister, every daughter. Okay. Now, having said that, this video is more towards Indian men wanting to get married to, let's say, an Indian woman or a woman with Indian values. Now, why am I saying only Indian? Why not Russian or American? Or because their values, their lifestyle, their outlook in life is different. Someone who's born in India, let's say with the traditional Indian values, is very different from someone who's born in the West. Okay, I don't want to get too much into this, but you can understand. So this video is for Indian men who are looking for a conservative or are looking for a woman with conservative values. Okay. You can wrap your head around it and define it the way you like. I will give you around 16. Yeah, I think 16 points. You let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. So let's understand one thing. First and foremost is the role of women in society has changed. That you'll agree, I'll agree. Once upon a time, most Indian families, they would want their daughters to study and just get married. Just get married, settle down, so our burden is taken care of. You are in a family or in a household where we know them and they'll take care of you. That was the ultimate goal of having a daughter. That is why so many Indian families, they would abort a female fetus. Okay. Today, however, most of the females, they are, you could say, because changes in society, social media, the way people's thinking has changed. So females or girls or women are given freedom. Okay, you can go and study, let's say in Canada, you can study in USA, you can live by yourself. We are not going to, hold you down. And once they go abroad, they know that they can't control them. So, okay, you have a boyfriend, okay, fine. But, just, take care of yourself. Remember, take care of family respect. Because obviously you can't, control her once she's abroad. And then some, maybe 1%, are kind of open to the idea where they don't mind them being gay or lesbian or, moving into the LGBT space. All right. We have seen some Hindu families where a boy is marrying a boy in the Hindu tradition, girl is marrying a girl. But that is, like I said, 1% or less, maybe maximum 5%. Okay. So the role of females have changed. They have been given more opportunities, more freedom. And now there is less pressure. That is why you'll see if a girl studies in Canada, USA, Australia, The mother and father is not going to say, get married soon and this and that, even though the hope is always there. But if she lives with her boyfriend or has a live in boyfriend or whatever, they will just say, see, beta, my daughter, just take care of yourself. Don't get pregnant. Just keep yourself safe. Family respect is also important, but your well being is also important. And then they realize when the daughter's earning, we can't, control her. So they try to be nice to the daughter because they want to maintain the relationship. All right. So I'm sure you agree with this part. So now, having said all this, women are experiencing more freedom. They are experiencing sex. Contraceptives are easily available. So they know now I'm not going to get pregnant. I know how to control it. They have freedom to drink alcohol, smoke cigarettes, sleep around with other men, have male friends, go out, travel, and then that leads to maybe being able to earn, having their own freedom, having their own say in the matter. So now they are totally independent, and then they ask themselves, why should I settle down? Obviously, because when they can enjoy life, why should they settle down? Why should they suddenly have a man and get pregnant and then be in pain and sit at home and sacrifice their career? No, I want to enjoy life. I'm a young woman. I want to meet new guys. I want to travel new places. I want to have new experiences. I want to know what is freedom. Okay, so that is how females are thinking. And then on top of that, when you have social media literally normalizing things which were once totally unacceptable, like today, it's very acceptable for a girl to drink and go clubbing, go to a nightclub and show that she's with her friends and she's drinking and skimpy outfits. And then she is, some of them, they might not show this, but they are busy, they'll make out sexually publicly. They don't care. Oh, I'll stay at your place. You come to my place. Even nowadays, OnlyFans is considered, a career path. They are called what? Porn stars. They are not, once upon a time, it was a matter of shame if you show your body. But now it's like, I'm empowered. They literally, they're naked and they say, I'm empowered like this. Like, I can't understand. And then they go extreme where they call an oversized female as body positivity. And then you get females like, what is that, Bonnie Blue, who is in OnlyFans, who calls it, she's sleeping around 1,000 men in, I think, 12 hours. She broke the world record and she calls it, it's empowering. I don't know what part is empowering. And then you get mad activists who show their period blood. They actually show like they are going in a marathon. You can Google search this. Indian female in UK. She ran a marathon allowing a period blood in between her legs, and she was proudly showing it to everyone. There are even females who wear white and they have their periods and they allow people to take photographs to show they are not ashamed. So, okay, agreed. You shouldn't be ashamed. That doesn't mean I show shit and I show to everyone, see, I'm not ashamed of, pooping and pissing. So the problem is from one extreme, they go to another. All right. So when you have this kind of, content floating online and you get people applauding and saying, wow, empowerment with all these kinds of relationships. And it's called now body count, the claim. So relationships have become very transactional. Relationships have become more like, I'm going to give you this. What are you going to give me? Okay. So they kind of evaluate things. And I don't blame women because men also have their long shopping list. If you remember that video that I told you, men have their, you should cook, clean, take care of me, sacrifice your career, be with the children. So they have their list. So females say, oh, fuck you, even I have my list. I want A, B, C, D, this much money you have to give me per month. And if you can't give me this one, I'll go to work and I have my friends. I want my space. I want, my decision to be considered. I want to travel alone by myself. So then it becomes more like two roommates. It doesn't become like a couple. But yes, that doesn't mean there are nobody's in love or all relationships are like this. It's just becomes more challenging. In fact, I was very surprised when there are even girls from the village who hardly have any money, but they want someone who is well settled and big money. And some of them even want farmers' daughters, literally who can't speak a word of English. I want someone from Canada. I want a Punjabi boy from Canada. It's like, So I know because one of my clients, he was telling me this girl from the village who is a farmer. She's saying, I want a guy from Canada. You should have this much bank balance. You should have property, house. You should have all these, benefits to offer me. So, yeah, I guess you can't help it when they know that they can ask. They can ask for the sun, moon, and stars, but then how practical is it? And then you have, I think the biggest problem is the parents and their upbringing. If a mother and father were to pamper a child and make them feel that you are the most special, like I've told you in my previous video, I've had parents who have booked my service to tell me, they actually have told me, Loy, you don't know how smart my daughter is. Loy, oh my goodness, Loy, 12-year-old. Okay, she's so smart. Loy, trust me. Loy, she can give you advice on your personal brand. She will tell you how to go viral. She will tell you how you can make money. Loy, her wisdom is so deep, Loy. And I'm like, yeah, sure, yeah, whatever, yeah. So, when you pamper a child and you make them have such a big head, that also when they're young, when they grow up, you can't stop it. And this continues until, well, only when they're single. Once they become older and then they go through all the challenges females go through with their health and whatever. And once that value declines in terms of their demand and they reach that age of 40 and all that, then nobody cares. Then they become humble. Like the girl I wanted to get married to, I'm just giving an example. I'll not tell you the identity. The mother wanted someone who's a millionaire and handsome, 6 feet tall, and he should have, millions in the bank, and he should be handsome, and he should come from a good family, and he should have a master's and this and that. Well, that's why I was rejected, because I didn't qualify 1% of that. Today, if you see that same female, she's divorced. She has thyroid issues. She has put on more than, I think, over 80 or 100 kilos because of her sickness, body weight. They'd be lucky even if they get I don't know, a dildo or a robot, nobody wants to even see the female's face, let alone the family member. So I'm not wishing bad on anyone. Neither am I gloating over the fact that now she's suffering, but you get what I'm saying. See, I'm no one to tell you that a female or a woman should have a family or should give birth to a child. That is your option. But if we as a human race has to grow, you need to have a woman who wants to have a child, and a child needs to have a father and mother. You cannot have a woman who says, "Oh, I'll just have a child, I'll conceive or I'll adopt, and no need a man in my life." Men are not required. You need a male role model. Okay, that is why me and my wife, we made this a very clear decision. My wife would be at home, take care of the baby, and be her best friend. I would provide, and we would, whenever I can, I would spend time with my daughter. Okay, it's very important to have male and female role models. That is why females who or women who come from broken families, even guys, when they don't have a male role model, they are dysfunctional. They try to bully others because they're scared, they're afraid, they don't know how to trust a man, they don't know how to put their foot down, they don't know how to deal with the real world problems, because there was never a man who was guiding them like a mentor. And even if you don't have a mother, there also you have, men related issues where he's searching not for a wife, he's searching for a mother. Okay. So parents and upbringing. Then you have friends and relatives. If you have conservative friends, you'll have a conservative outlook. If you have friends who sleep around, smoke, drinking, drugs, and just do all sort of rubbish, that will affect you. If you're surrounded by smokers, you'll smoke. Surrounded by alcoholic drinkers, you'll be alcoholic. If you have people who go to nightclubs and waste their life, that is how you'll have. But if you have someone who's serious about their career, yes, that's how they'll be. So friends and the environment. Someone who is born and raised in a simple village versus someone who is born and raised in a total open hippie society versus someone who is born and raised, let's say, in an affluent society with, they're taught their P's and Q's properly. Okay. Then number 8 is the introduction of money and career into the opportunities that are being provided. Plus, I told you, like contraceptives that are available. So now women have started to become more like men, traveling around the world, having partners, sleeping around, changing their partners. No, I don't need a man in my life. I'll just get one of those sex workers to satisfy me. But seriously, I get clients, females who are well off. They just pay these guys who come for sex, keep them happy, bye-bye. No need for a relationship, So that is also there. And remember, when you have money and power, the world is your oyster. You can literally do anything. Number 9 is age and maturity. A lot of people believe, no, age is just but a number. No, it is not. Someone who's 50 and 60 has 60 years of life experience. If that was the case, age was just a number. Someone who's 9 years old can make decisions on marriage, giving birth, abortion, adopting children, murder. Why do you need an adult? Age is not just but a number. Okay. The person that I am at 50, I was very different at 40, very different at 30, very different at 20. So you're a fool if you think age is just but a number. And there's a certain degree of maturity that is required. That is why Just because someone is 70 doesn't make them all knowing and powerful. Like I told you, my grandmother was exceptionally abusive, even though she was in her 60s, 70s, because she was a villager. She was just in a village. The only thing she knew, discipline a child, was to take a wire or take branch and beat the bejesus out of children. That's what she thought was the right way to raise a child. So there also you need proper guidance. And like, for example, if you check most of the third world countries, they're called sex pacts. They are 60, 70, 80 years old, and they're looking for girls who are underage. Forget 20s, underage. So age, maturity, let me add one more thing. Character is also important, both in men and in women. And in women, if white is necessary, because she is going to be the mother of your child. And unfortunately, it used to always be there. But nowadays, even females or women with children, they don't mind cheating on their husband when their husband is not around, drinking alcohol, going around, doing a lot of stuff. There's one conservative female I've known in Dubai, 5 children from 5 different men, and her husband has no clue that none of these kids are hers. Actual true story, actual person that I knew. Number 10 is, how does a female, take care of herself and where entertainment is concerned? Does she go to nightclubs? Does she go to restaurants? Or is she a person who's engaging in sports? Or does she travel by herself? Does she want to be pampered? Massage, expensive spa? Or does she go shopping like crazy? Or is she glued to social media and constantly posting photographs of a selfie? That mouthy, pouty lips and showing skimpy outfits and waiting for people to say, "Wow, you're so beautiful. Oh, I love you." Okay, so what does the person do to take their mind off? Number 11 is travel. It does change people. Someone who is born and raised and lives in a village and has never seen the outside world, or the only reality is social media, versus someone who has traveled to maybe 20 countries or 30 countries and lived, work, they're much more different. So travel also influences the selection of the person that you are planning to be with. Remember, smoking, drinking, drugs, major, and that is a massive red flag. Be careful of such a female. I would say those are not marriage materials, straight up, right on their face, I would say. If a female shows her body and displays it for the world to see, like she's wearing skimpy outfits, she goes braless, pantyless, or she shows it on social media. I mean, some guys love that. When I was in my Playboy days, I would enjoy that. But if you're talking of having a person who's going to be the mother of your child, like Bonnie Blue, who had 1,000 sexual random partners in 12 hours. She says she wants to be a mother and bring up a child into this world. I would say, please don't do that. You're going to destroy that child's life the way that you are. And then there are these LGBTQ plus who, even athletes, even media, personalities who bring up their child as, you are neither male nor female, choose your gender. Just check Magic Johnson's son. Oh my goodness. Then you check Curtis Lee, this one in Halloween. She's raising her son to be a daughter. I don't know what is gone wrong with this world. Okay. So be careful of that, showing your body and being influenced by social media. Then number 14 is how desperately the person wants attention offline. Okay. Does a person always needs to be surrounded by friends, by family, always needs to go out somewhere, can never sit alone, can never be alone, doesn't want to be only with you and the child? No, I have to be with my uncle, aunts, my relatives. That also does impact. It should impact your choice of a female. And then if offline was bad enough, yes, please don't forget parents getting involved in the relationship. If the girl's parents keep snooping around, that's a massive red flag. Or number 15, which is needing attention online. There's one of my wife's relative that female, every single day, 20 to 30, seriously, not exaggerate, 20 to 30 posts with her photographs every day, same, something. Even when she cries, she has to take a photograph. Even when she's upset, even when she's sick, even when she woke up, and everything has a filter, an effect. So how much does she broadcast? If you have a fight, will she talk about it online? If they are angry, upset, does she have to just speak bad about the whole world? It destroys your peace of mind. And last but not the least, expectation, which is the mother of all problems. The higher the expectation, the more the headache. So if a person wants this simple things, it becomes simple to take care of. But if she wants expensive things, then you better be worried. I'll give you 2 more bonus points since you've been all the way till here. Remember, you should know what are her future plans. What does she want? What makes her happy? Because end of the day, if she doesn't achieve that, she is going to nag and frustrate you. Oh, I forgot a very important point. Lucky if you're straight in, religion is a major, major, major player. It doesn't make sense. It's all emotional nature. So if you want to raise your child as X and she wants to raise the child as Y, that's going to be a major problem, because remember, then there'll be a clash. And last but not the least is, I would just say that, like, is she willing to invest in the relationship where she is not willing to give up on you? Or is she the type, when there are problems, you can bugger off, go your own way, I go my way? Is she that kind of a person? Because if she is that kind of person, then you're going to have a very tough time. Okay, because remember, every female has a dark side, and if she brings out the dark side, she can really destroy you. So these points give you certain things to think about, and I hope it helps you. Remember, my intention is to help you guys make the right choice, find the right person, and be happy. And if, let's say, for example, you find someone who shows her body, drinks alcohol, smokes, drinks, does everything, and still you're happy, good for you. But if you want a little bit of peace of mind, I think we need to make it less common. All right. Good, bad, ugly. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. It's me signing off. You guys take care.